Hi, Phil Aston here from Now Spinning magazine, and this is a tribute to Alan White, who has sadly passed away. And as with any video I do like this, it is dedicated to Alan's family, because I'm always very aware that this is someone's father, husband, grandfather, friend, band member, and for us as music fans, obviously we feel connected to the music, but with all the tributes that fly around, I'm very mindful and respectful of how people are feeling, whether they're watching this very soon after the event, or in months or even years to come, really. My thoughts on Alan White as a drummer is yes, and I'm not going to talk about Alan's history and what he played on, because there's loads of stuff out there and lots of other channels and websites will cover that. So with my video, I just want to talk about my personal feelings and how I feel about Alan's passing, really. I first became aware of Alan's drumming myself on a Paul Kossoff album called Backstreet Crawler, where he plays on a track called Tuesday Morning, which takes up the whole of one side. And that was when I really became aware. You see, because me as a Yes fan, I didn't really arrive as a Yes fan until the album Going for the One. And I saw them on that tour at Stafford Bingley Hall, I think it was. And from then I went backwards in time and to Tales of Topographic Oceans, Relayer, etc. But the album that meant the most to me is Going for the One. Yes, because that's when I saw them live and they played the entire album. But also this album features two songs that I think are very, very important. I'm just going to jump around a bit here because I'm just doing this in the moment, okay? Alan was involved with Yes when they did Drama, which was a bit controversial because John wasn't there, and then Big Generator, the big 80s sound. But Alan White was a musician's musician. He loved music, and I'm jumping about a bit here, but the other album, Ramshackle, the solo album, 1976, is a lot of bands from the 70s. The entire lineup of a band was a personality, whereas many times you know the guitarist and the singer, but with bands like Yes, you knew all of them, and no matter how many different lineup changes there were, you just knew them all. And the fact that drummers did solo albums, and this solo album is not like Yes, it's not full of drum solos or jazz fusion. It is a collection of songs by someone who loved music. It's very kind of laid back and funky. It's a beautiful album. Alan didn't write any of the music on this, but he just loved the songs, and they're not even songs that show off his drumming style. It was just he wanted to release an album that showed his love and the range of music he liked. This is a beautiful album. If you've never heard it, I highly recommend it. But going back to Going for the One, there are two songs. There is Turn of the Century, which is my most favourite Yes song ever, which Alan helped John Anderson write. It is such a moving and beautiful song. It's incredibly unique. And if you've stumbled across this video and you're thinking, I'm not really into Yes, if you listen to Turn of the Century, it is just a beautiful song. It is timeless. And again, it doesn't feature lots of drums. It's got tuned percussion. It's just so moving as a song. But the other song on here is Awaken, which takes up the majority of side 2, as it was on the vinyl. And that, I feel, is the perfect example of a piece of music that in 100 years' time will still be talked about. A piece of music put together and played by a group of young guys that just shows the beauty of music. I mean, because music is a journey, it's not a destination. I mean, you see lots of websites talking about the golden age of music and classic rock and everything, and music has never been quite the same. I don't agree with that. But I believe that because that makes music a destination, it kind of stopped at a certain point. And the music of Yes and the way that people interpret the music and the way people enjoy it will never stop, and it will never stand still. And I know that for people like myself, rock fans of a certain vintage, when we hear about one of our musical heroes passing, it touches us more deeply each time. And it does, because as we look in our own rearview mirror, it makes us very aware of our own time here. It makes us look at our music collections and think, how many times will I be able to play that album? Will I be able to play, how long am I here for? It makes us appreciate life, it makes us appreciate our own loved ones, and it makes us really want to immerse ourselves in this music that has meant so much to us. And for younger music fans, as you watch this, and you probably find out about, you might even discover this video sometime in the future because somebody you follow now, one of your younger musical heroes, talks about Yes and what influenced them, and you'll think, I must find out more about this. And that's where music is a journey. It is just a journey back through time, and Going for the One is a fantastic album. So if I'm doing this tribute for Alan, the musician, the man, the human being, but also for anyone who wants to know more. And where should you start? This is a good place to start. It's just a beautiful, beautiful album. The other thing, of course, that makes this poignant is that, yes, one of the cornerstones of that band is Chris Squire, who also passed away not that long ago. And so we have the rhythm section of Alan White and Chris Squire are together again. Chris Squire was almost like a lead player in Yes. In fact, they're all lead players, aren't they? But especially Chris Squire's bubbling Rickenbacker bass style, and how it locked in with Alan White's drumming, and the fact that they are now together again as the great prog rhythm section, Chris and Alan together. And so it's a sad time, but it's also a time to embrace and listen to the music. This is for those of us who saw this band live in their prime. It's a chance for us to revisit those albums, and for those of you who haven't had a chance to do that, just go to YouTube, go stream the music, explore. I mean, another album that I'd recommend is this one, which is Talk by Yes. This is one of their 80s albums, and again, it's absolutely superb, produced by Trevor Rabin. So different lineup of Yes, but there's so many flavours to the band Yes. But today, listen to Turn of the Century. Well, listen to the whole of Going for the One, but if you don't feel like you don't have time, Turn of the Century, and then Awaken. It's just perfection, absolute perfection. So for all of us, stay safe, stay healthy, listen to some music, change the atmosphere of the room that you're sitting in now. Just take some time away and play some Yes music, and just take some time out and just be mindful, and I shall see you very soon. Take care, everyone. Thank you.